man. You guys decide who's going to take it.
That's it.
Yes, okay, so I appreciate the fact that we do, as Americans, share the same goals. As you stated, we want a prosperous, safe, and secure life for all Americans, right? We want that, and I agree with you. And that as Chair of Homeland Security, the vision or mission statement for Homeland Security is to enhance our economic prosperity and protect our national security. Okay, so you've laid out 4 goals then as part of that mission statement, and that would be border security, cyber attacks, protecting our grid, and helping the Secretary of Homeland Security in his job. Well, our Defense Department, and we've been talking a lot about military this morning, our Defense Department has declared that our greatest threat, the greatest threat to our national security is climate change. Is climate change. Climate change presents the greatest national threat to our security. And I'm wondering why isn't addressing the threat of climate change one of the goals of Homeland Security?
I disagree with that assessment. You know,
Thank you.
We're sitting here in Wisconsin 20-some thousand years ago. This was covered by about a 5,000 foot
Senator Johnson, I travel the country.
I
travel the country.
We're not.
We are dealing with extreme weather.
No.
What global? This is
Weather is one thing, climate change is another. Weather happens
the
today
extreme
and this
weather,
year.
Rana, the extreme weather is due to climatic change. We're seeing more frequent and more intensive storms. I've been caught in them, and just last week, what did we have? 50 tornadoes touching down in a span of a day. Climate change is undeniable, but you are denying it.
No, let me correct. I do not deny climate change. The climate has always been changing. We have to take a look at the Vostok ice core sample. You know, tell you about 400-some thousand years worth, and it shows about, I think it's 4 or 5 climate cycles, somewhere between 10 to 20 degrees.
Our carbon dioxide levels have never been higher.
So let's just we disagree on this, and I do not deny climate change. I actually, you know, let's take a look at Bjorn Lomborg. Okay.
So you're not going to look at Miami, which is underwater.
Bjorn Lomborg, who
right
agrees with you that this is man-made climate change, but also says we shouldn't spend a dime addressing it because our limited resources are spent better elsewhere. You know, digging wells. So if you really want to affect people, you're better off doing that. So anyway, again, this isn't worth getting into a big long.
Senator, the displacement of people that will occur when a typhoon rushes through Bangladesh or other factors come outside and other places of the world that causes disruption geopolitically, when you have massive droughts where people are then having to move around, which causes the instability. Like, for example, ISIS came into Iraq because of the instability, because we took out a government that had nothing to do with 9/11. That is an admitted fact. You're going to have other displacements. Those displacements create instability. Those instabilities are filled by people like ISIS who have a false answer for the displaced and hurt people. So if we don't recognize these causes and where the points of view are going to be hurt all around the world, which is due to climate change, we're going to have ISIS all over the place, and it's not because we have a military that can invade the entire world, because we can't.
In 2009, Senator Al Gore, who's made a lot of money off of this, predicted that the northern ice cap would be melted.
And it is.
In 5 years. This will be gone.
I didn't hear the 5 years.
Well, you said 5 years. I've also.
So it's 20 years. Who cares?
So listen, we just.
Senator, the oceans are rising. Do you agree with that? Do you agree with the fact that ocean levels have increased over the past 30 years at an increase?
Do you agree that insurance companies will not cover people living on the coastlines because it's insecure?
I think the fact is water has risen in San Francisco Bay over the last 20-some thousand years.
Miami is flooding.
Climate change. We used to be covered by a 5,000 foot thick glacier 20,000 years ago.
Which took 10,000 years to melt, Senator. And not a generation.
Other things cause this. There are other.
Senator, if.
Okay,
you-
let's move on to some other issues.
Yeah, on this